Hello everyone. How is everyone doing today? My name's Poetentate, but I go by Poe. Thank you all so much for watching. Alright, so we are back at Honkai Star Rail. I apologize in advance. My chat is having a little bit of trouble. Let's see if we can get that to... it's not resetting. Okay, we'll have to just keep an eye better on the stream over here then so I can actually see the chat. Alright, so, we are on Honkai Star Rail.
Life is as ephemeral as dew on a leaf.
Thank you. But just for everyone who hasn't been here in a hot second, so we have speed run Equilibrium 4 through 6 because I am trying to get enough to be able to get my husband, because I did lose the 50-50. We're working on it, as you can see. Alright, so we are currently at... what pity? I'm not sure, because I keep getting my Honkai and Genshin stickers mixed up on which pity is which. So let's see what pity we're on, just to check. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. We are at 39 pity. Okay, so this mark I made yesterday, it must have been my Genshin pull. And I accidentally marked it instead of that. Alright, so yeah, so we are on 39 pity. We lost to Bailu. But we also lost to Bailu on this one too. But it was Bailu's weapon, so we had a fully built Bailu by the end of it. The only reason I have so many primos right now is because I am speed running the new Simulated Universe edition. So that's where most of those came from what I was doing yesterday. We got some achievements. Let's see. Generate 2 resonant interplays in 1 run of Simulated Swarm Disaster. In Swarm Disaster, make 1 choice of the passive occurrence. And domain with the path other than propagation for a total of 15 times. So a few there. Let's just make sure I didn't forget anything here. I did. I was tired last night when I was logging out. Alright, so we got all of the blessings of preservation again, which includes the ones where it is combos with other ones. And we are making good progress in our propagation one. We are doing well. Got a new event with the IPC. And quite a few new curios. Only 10 more new curios to go. And then I will show you which it's in here. Yep. So we have unlocked, since the last time I showed you, I think I've unlocked Destruction and Abundance 1 on here. And then currently in our communing trial, this is what makes your life so much easier in Swarm Disaster, so you're not getting absolutely murdered by these bugs, is leveling these up. So following the trail of the Past Strider. So you need to focus really heavy on just getting these. I try to get at least 1 of these per Swarm Disaster run. This one's purely by chance. You have to trigger an emergency. I've only done that once so far, and that was actually the one where I was trying it out on stream for the first time, but you have to be at least difficulty 3. And so it didn't count, unfortunately. And then this one is for trotters. This one's actually really easy to get because if you use the Path of the Hunt, let me... Oh, well, when you use, I can't show it to you all, but if you use the Path of the Hunt, when you do Swarm Disaster, it just automatically populates, trotters for you, so you could get this one really easily. I was working on the Path of Preservation because I wanted to get those, new doubles I hadn't unlocked, like the combo moves. Because I normally use the hunt. Still haven't unlocked any of the secret ones yet, but we're working on it, as you can see. And then we're really close to maxing out the ability tree in the normal simulated universe. Only one more to go. Let's go to our store real fast. I think that puts me at what, 9? 9. Do we have enough? Oh, we do have enough for one of these. Nice. Alright, let's do another poll for our husband. 39 pity. We just double check that 'cause I'm not good at keeping up with these sticky notes apparently. Let's see. Streamer luck, streamer luck, streamer luck. No streamer luck. Now it's 49. A March Eidolon would be great. Oh, I guess this is the Bronya 4-star light cone. I already have Bronya's 5-star, so that's not super important to me. Ugh, only just under 3 days left. With 49 pity, I don't know if we're gonna make it, guys. But yeah, so right now in events, we are doing the Planner Fisher event where it gets double drops, so make sure at the time of this live stream that you are working on that. Yeah, so let's see. We have a new text, which is probably from Todd. It is. So this is going to be the last, this is probably, since it's the 3rd mission from him, this will probably be our last mission from him. Galus, hello. My investigation and research on the Xianzhou is complete. No, rather I have a completely new topic now. Thank you for your companionship along the way. You are the most sincere and reliable friend I have made on the Xianzhou. No matter what happens, I don't want to hide anything from you or deceive you. I want to share my happiness with you. See you at the usual place. Alright, so we'll start off with this task. We have fully done all of the tasks that have to do with the main storyline, the golden tasks. All we have left is this side quest, and then our companion missions. And we have one companion mission that I have not picked up yet that is from Luca. So we will need to grab that as well. Oh? I was about to be like, did he figure out how to de-age himself? Who are you? Oh, it's you, Kalis. Who are you? He did figure out how to de-age himself. That's what Herta did, didn't she? Like, the Genius Society figured out how to, like, de-age themselves, so that's why she looks the age she does. This is what I want to share with you. As a researcher of Xianzhou culture, my teacher and I combed through all the literature and have gotten a good grasp on the main, precious parts. Hey, shh! These young people are extremely sensitive to that kind of talk. Immortality. The Xianzhou Alliance possesses a secret which is all short-lived species crave, but they keep it to themselves. The Guild is always keen to obtain stable and safe longevity therapies from the Xianzhou Alliance. In fact, it forms the basis of research into the Xianzhou culture. But generation after generation of scholars came here, grew old, and returned without success, till finally the Guild almost gave up this field completely. My teacher, Scholar Bernini, was one of them. He should have gone home empty-handed just like everyone else, but somehow what he found was adventure. Yes, Vidyahara brought my teacher to the sacred place once, which switched his focus on longevity over to the Vidyahara. But that violated the Ciencho's 10 unpardonable sins. Knowing he couldn't leave behind any traces, he used the guild's markings and left behind a series of patterns that seemed to merely illustrate history. And now that I've deciphered the code to these patterns, I now understand their hidden meaning. The Vidyahara pursue longevity in the correct manner. A look of pain falls across Todd's young face. I never thought I'd ever have anything to do with crime in my life, but, Kalis, by the time I realized things had already happened, I took a few samples from inside. I knew he was gonna mess with the egg! I was like, I don't want to leave him alone, because he's gonna do something to the egg. Nobody was harmed in the slightest. It says you. That egg also remained intact, but it just lost a little bit of egg white, that's all. But its benefit to society is obvious, isn't it? Not if the ability for you to make these longevity potions is by harvesting a little bit of egg white, because then there are going to be people that's the whole reason they cut down the tree of abundance, was because people were constantly going after the Cienjo, trying to get the fruit or the blessing of the tree or whatever it was to get the longevity. So if people find out that the Vidyahara eggs using the egg whites can turn you from an old decrepit man into a young person again, essentially they're molting, people are going to constantly be trying to steal the eggs. Todd raised his once dry and skinny hand to show the wrinkles had disappeared, revealing fair, smooth skin indeed. I could have just walked away. I could have just kept quiet. Talking to anyone would mean risking jail time. But it's you, and I wanted to tell you about all this. My whole life, I've always been sticking to the rule of reciprocity. I know that word. Reciprocity. There we go. And nothing's changed now. Without your help, I would never be where I am today. Kalis, you are an outstanding young man, and this old-timer, well, you've inspired me to reconsider taking on an apprentice. I've got a proposal for you. Join our guild. We'll split all the glory, the riches, and the extended youth granted by the secret. You'll be free to do whatever you want. Just keep the secret until we leave the Lafu. How will you think it over, and then give me your answer, okay? I'm concerned for the eggs. Like, if you do not publish it and you just take this secret to your grave and whatnot, then it's okay. Like, if one person knows the secret, it's fine. But if you go and tell everyone, people are constantly going to be hounding the Ciencho ship to try and get the eggs so that they can quote-unquote harvest them, and then to continue being young and whatnot, and that will be bad, obviously, for the Vidyahara. Thought this through yet, Kalis? As someone who's shown me kindness before, I will not treat you poorly. I'm concerned and confused. Like, I guess this is essentially accept or decline, but, like, he's wanting to make me an apprentice or whatever, but, like, the way he talks sounds like he's gonna publish his paper and, like, let everyone know that if you use the egg whites of the eggs, that it's... Oh, this is gonna get me in so much trouble. I am not gonna do it. No. No, why not? I'm not interested in immortality. You don't get it. You don't understand the true value of this secret at all. I was just a know-it-all just like you at your age, thinking I had countless possibilities before me, and that youth would never fade. No, you don't understand! You could never believe or even imagine what kind of hell aging actually is. You don't know what it's like to be soaked in the humiliation of your own incompetence, never-ending torture of arthritis, memory loss, and dementia have yet to gnaw into your quick-witted mind just yet. Kalis, one day we'll all be old. Todd sighs deeply. You've made your choice. I guess for the sake of my own safety, it's time for me to go. Todd bows and shoots you a smooth salute before turning to quickly leave. Not sure about Todd's future plans, but somehow you feel like your destinies will still intertwine somewhere. They definitely need to put a guard on the eggs.
games of chess will while away the time.
Nothing better than clocking off early.
Deho patiently listens to your account of the story, expressionless the whole time. There's always a guild scout who reckons that the Alliance taboos are just hypocritical lies, not for them. Immortality theft is one of the most grievous of felonies and absolutely unpardonable. I'll report this to the Tin Lords Commission. Thanks, Kalis. Mr. Todd's custom clearance document and check-in details from the inn have been saved to the document office at the Realm Keeping Commission. Now, how many more years his newfound youth affords him, he'll be spending the majority of it behind bars at the Shackling prison. So, like, what happens if you promise to keep it a secret? Does he just go on his merry way?
A few games of chess will while away the time.
The Tin Lords are responsible for trying criminals, and bystanders cannot interfere. You, I recognize you. Aren't you General Jingyuan's esteemed guest? He obviously won't be heading back to his residence. My team is on his tail. You can't run from the long arm of the law. He won't get far. Surprisingly, Tom's research was successful. He's got some guts. Where is this guy planning to hide, and how does he intend to leave the Hsinchu? Let's wait and see. He might come ask for my help again in less than a day. Maybe Todd will contact me tomorrow. Who knows? Okay, so he'll text us at some point. Alright, so in accordance with the title I made for this live stream, we will be working on Clara's mission while we wait. Which, to tell you the truth, I could not tell you what that first part of the mission was about. Isn't it she found like a broken... Yeah, a broken robot. You promised her to go. No one can break a promise to Clara. No one. Oh yeah, battle bots have like become a thing, and she found like a broken bot that she wanted to fix. That's what it was.
You, Pascal, very like Clara.
Good boy, Pascal.
Seems like the stream's having a little bit of difficulty. Alright, we got that back up.
Based on the information gathered, it is recommended that Pascal's data be formatted and integrated into the base network so that he doesn't threaten the property or safety of the camp's residents.
I know this is the most sensible option, but Pascal...
Welcome, outsider. Thanks to Clara's hard work, the repairs were completed successfully.
It sounds like you're having difficulties, though. What's wrong with Pascal?
Yes, the little fella is alive and well again. It's just that some parts aren't completely back to normal yet. Well, how should I put it?
You, Pascal, good. I am called name.
Oh, look, Pascal is greeting you. It's just, his speech is still a little confusing.
The examination conducted earlier revealed that the information stored in this robot's core module is incompatible with the new hardware. Furthermore, many defective networks were detected in the core module. A significant amount of muddled information with unknown content was discovered during a deep scan.
Simply put, Pascal's brain is filled with junk information of unknown origin. This junk, along with hardware that's incompatible with his core, caused him to lose his ability to communicate. Fortunately, apart from the language module, Pascal is still functioning properly.
However, the robot still has a 44.7% chance of malfunctioning. It's recommended that Pascal's data be formatted and integrated into the base network.
Mr. Svarog, I understand, but I think Pascal is different. He possesses a quality that other small robots don't have. In some ways, I believe he's similar to Mr. Svarog. I can't overlook this unique quality. Mr. Svarog, could you give me a little more time? I want to investigate this further. If we don't find anything, you can integrate Pascal into the network.
Understood, Clara. I respect your wish. In the meantime, I'll make sure that this robot doesn't endanger other people or property.
I'd like to recap what I discussed with Mr. Svarog earlier. Let's begin by doing exactly what we did before. Find a new shell, put Pascal's core in it, and see if the hardware is compatible.
According to the analysis, Pascal's original hardware was a direwolf or grizzly model. If we can put its core into the appropriate shell, there's an 87.3% chance that its language module will return to normal.
I prefer the grizzly model.
There are all kinds of abandoned robots in the machine graveyard. Let's go take a look.
I like the grizzly model if we're gonna choose. Let's go and grab this too. Get those points. Those technique points. This area right here is good for if you have that like daily quest where you have to break 3 objects.
Same old place. Everywhere you look, there are robots that have lost the ability to function. Hey, big brother, take a look over there.
Oh.
This is an automaton direwolf, but it appears to have been modified. It's most likely another abandoned robot pet. Although it doesn't seem to be functioning, you should still be cautious when approaching it. Oh no, it's still active.
Watch out. Yeah. Not really a big fan of this model. I guess this is the direwolf model. I much prefer the grizzly model.
Completely out of control. Let's quiet him down.
A will forged in ice never falters.
Here, this thunder.
The only issue with really like quickly going through all the equilibrium levels. Sorry about that if you can hear the dog. It's just your characters aren't as powerful as they used to be, so it takes a while to fight people.
Here, this thunder.
The dead return. A will forged in ice
never falters.
Rules
Are made to be broken. One more smack ought to do. Oh no, that was it.
Here it is. This is the core. I'll pack it up and take it with us. Then all that's left is to drag the shell back. Judging from how active the robot was, its core isn't just scrap metal. It should be repairable. I can't let any robot go to waste if it can be repaired. So, I'm going to try to fix them all. Let's start with Pascal. We found him first, after all. Also, like Mr. Svarog warned, if he's not supervised, he might cause trouble. You know, I have a large safe full of core modules that I've gathered around the underworld. Every day, I try to figure out how to repair some of them and return the robots to normal. Except, there are a lot more than Mr. Svarog and I can handle on our own. But I'm sure I can fix them all one day. We can't relax yet. We must work harder. Really? I can't wait! I was talking so much that I totally lost track of time. Let's head back. Otherwise, Mr. Svarog and Pascal will get worried.
Oh, it just teleported us back. Okay, convenient.
Mr. Svarog, we're back!
Welcome back. Return. Clara. Rivet. Fail.
Welcome back, Clara. I've completed my further analysis of this robot. Conclusion. It is impossible to determine the time of manufacture, purpose, and ownership of this robot. During my analysis, I extracted the robot's serial number and searched for it in the Underworld's automaton database. According to my search, there are 32 automatons with the same serial number as this one. Even after eliminating the scrapped ones, 3 automatons still match the keyword description.
Failure. 3. Back. Rivet 1. Failure.
It appears so. I'm not sure what he's trying to say, though.
While we were talking, the robot's failure rate increased. We should activate alert mode.
Tempering. Tempering. Back. Back. Back to Rivet. Fire. Fire.
Pascal is becoming increasingly unstable. We should change his shell. Pascal, I'm going to change your shell. Don't worry. It won't hurt.
Clara transferred Pascal's core mobile into the new robot shell.
Back. 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 Back to Rivet. 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 Return. Waiting. Continue. Repair. Waiting. Failure. Waiting.
Still not functioning properly? What's wrong, Pascal?
Watch out, Clara.
Failure. 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 Failure.
Pascal? No! He's running away!
And he's in the much more scary one that has a chainsaw arm.
Clara.
Are we gonna have to fight it again?
Pascal! Did he run off towards Rivet Town? Let's follow him!
No, Clara. Just leave it to me. I'll order the robots to pursue this one.
No, Mr. Svarog! Please, don't!
He's a concerned father, Clara.
Please leave Pascal to me. It was my decision to keep him in the first place, so I must take full responsibility.
Also, have we noticed that Svarog's eye and her eye is like the same color?
I'm certain Pascal won't do anything to harm anyone. But if something goes wrong, please let me handle this myself. Please, Mr. Svarog? That's right. This all started with me and can only end with me. I'm certain Pascal would never do anything to harm anyone.
Clara, please tell me how you came to this conclusion.
Pascal possesses a quality that other small robots lack. It's kind of similar to the emotions we humans have. I've only ever seen this quality in Mr. Svarog. I feel a warmth from these emotions. I feel drawn to this quality and try to respond back in my own way. But I'm also aware that not all emotions in this world are positive. If there are too many negative emotions that go unchecked, then someone needs to step in and stop them. The only things that can stop such negative emotions are rationality and responsibility. This is a valuable lesson I've learned from Mr. Svarog. Mr. Svarog, I want to help Pascal overcome those negative emotions. I want to take on this responsibility. That way, I won't have to hide behind Mr. Svarog anymore.
I understand, Clara. I support your decision.
Oh no, baby bird's trying to leave the nest.
I won't intervene unless the situation risks spinning out of control.
Thank you, Mr. Svarog. So, let's go.
Why, as my live stream title suggests, these robots cannot miss. Also, who made his coat, I wonder? Kinda looks like Kafka's coat without the spider design.
Look, Pascal's over there. Who's standing next to it?
This is the Grizzly unit.
Isn't that a grizzly robot? Let's...
Take a look.
Pascal, who did this to you?
Pain. Hurt.
Clara, get away. This is a fragmentum creature. It's extremely dangerous.
A fragmentum creature? What are you talking about? How is that possible? Pascal is obviously a robot, just like you. Could it have malfunctioned? It appears to be normal.
Please step back. I shall eliminate this fragmentum creature.
No, it's going to attack Pascal. We have to stop it.
Why is it okay? Well, she thinks that Pascal has more human emotions compared to this robot does. I was like, why do we...
Detected. Commence elimination protocols.
Oh no, it seems to think we're its enemies as well.
Here, this thunder.
But yeah, I have been investing all of my resources. I forgot about the planner Fisher because yesterday I spent all of my resources, all of my fuel, getting more of the
Conflict is pitiless.
flowers for Locha's traces. Up to what I can, because I don't have enough of the boss drops to fully level Locha up like I would like. But as you can see, Locha takes some hits pretty badly. If someone dies in Simulated Universe, it's usually Locha. So he needs the most boost, I would say.
A will forged in ice.
He's almost fully maxed out though. It's only his talent, I think. No, it's his ultimate. I maxed out his talent and his skill. It's only his ultimate that's not fully maxed out, because the other two are healers, while then the ultimate's for debuffs. But now I'm gonna focus on Jing Yuan, maxing him out. But because the Planner Fisher event's happening, I'll do that first.
Here, this thunder. Show no mercy.
But as you can see, Jing Yuan hits like a truck, so...
Phew. Luckily, the patrol robot and Pascal's cores are still intact. The big fella's shell is only slightly dented. Thank you for your help.
So I wonder if somehow... Because people can be corrupted by being in the fragmentum too long. I'm curious if the robot, it's also possible for the robots, and so maybe that's why the Grizzly unit was like, I need to eliminate the fragmentum monster because it's been corrupted by the fragmentum. Or there's a lot of lost souls in the fragmentum in Belobog. We have our daily quests a lot of times have to deal with that, so I wonder if it got possessed.
The only thing that puzzles me is why the big fella mistook Pascal for a fragmentum creature. I can't figure it out. Well, let's not worry about that now. Anyway, I'll take this core back and examine it. Now, let's insert Pascal's core into the big fella's shell.
Clara transferred Pascal's core module into a scrapped automaton Grizzly. Oh my gosh.
Language module. Connect. Connecting. Connection. Complete. Testing. Verifying. All modules. Working. Connected. Welcome back, everyone. Finally. Pascal has been waiting.
Pascal, you're back to normal. Oh, I almost forgot. Thank you for reminding me.
I did forget, but that seems like a story prompt, so.
Pascal, could you please, explain why you were stealing parts?
Collecting. Parts. Returning to workshop.
Workshop? Oh, do you mean the tempering workshop in Rivet Town?
Been waiting. Repair. Follow, please. Pascal.
It still can't talk in full sentences, apparently.
Pascal ran off. He went in that direction. I think he wants us to follow him.
I think there have been signs, though, that someone still lives in the workshop, if I remember other story quests.
I think this place used to be a restaurant. One time, I found a bunch of canned food here. The vagrants in the camp were so happy. However, I've always wondered, the light here, why is it still on? This place has clearly been abandoned for a long time.
Oh, is she talking about the lamp over there?
Also, there's dust all over the place, but none of the equipment appears to be deteriorating. I don't think so. No one should be living here. I never saw anyone when I came here to hunt for supplies. Anyway, someone must be looking after this place. But who? And why?
I'm pretty sure in the main story, is it right here that Sampo had his fourth wall break moment, main character moment?
Welcome back. Rivet Town. Look. Isn't it shiny? Job, Pascal. Done. Nice.
Huh? Could it be? Pascal has been repairing this abandoned town?
Pascal. Repair. Indeed. Waiting. Been everyone. Parts. Pascal. Collect. Non-stop. Rivet Town. Repair. Non-stop.
It seems that Pascal was stealing parts because he wants to repair the town.
Waiting. Everyone. Pascal. Non-stop. Leave. Everyone. Come back. One day.
Okay, so he has been repairing Rivet Town so that when people come back finally, that the town will be in relatively good working order.
Has Pascal been waiting for Rivet Town's evacuated residents to return?
Repair. Been every day. Pascal. Use. Can. Everyone. Return.
Pascal has been looking after the town so that everyone can go back to their previous lives when they return.
Workshop. Tempering. Here. Base. Pascal. Secret. Parts. Store. Enemies. Not here. Place. Safe. Scared. No need, everybody.
Ah! This appears to be the secret base where Pascal keeps the parts. Although we now know why he took them, there's still many unanswered questions. For example... Right. That bigger robot said that. How strange. I wonder if we can find any clues here.
Rivet Town. Live, Clara. Tour. Feel free, please.
Book pages and letters all carefully cut and put aside, whose contents vary from tales for children to outdated political
These pages
news.
are so neatly cut out. Oh, and they smell like geomarrow fuel. Is there someone here in Rivet Town doing this? Or could Pascal have collected the pages and put them together?
Yeah, this is where Sampo is having his main character moment, right here. A well-maintained CRT display device, though covered by some dust, it
This
still
must be the
functions.
result of Pascal's meticulous repairs. But the little fella doesn't really need the monitor, does he? Hey, those look like handprints on the side of the cabinet. Human handprints. Could this monitor have been recently used by someone?
Sampo. My man was having his main character moment right here.
Huh? What's this? A diary? Wow. Such neat handwriting. No, wait a minute. I think this was printed onto the cover. Could it be Pascal's?
The page displays neatly printed typeface, not handwritten, and it appears to have been bound in later? Bound in later? Air freight damage, log backup failure, daily rescue progress 75%. The river, oh, so he's the one who fixed the grizzly. The handwriting on this page cannot be said to be neat, showing how out of practice the writer is. Reading books left behind by others. I think books are fun. Lights stay on, feel safe. Found fairy lights hung up on the wall, mansion on the hill type, colorful, very pretty. Finished reading the last book. It's a fairy tale, puppy waiting dead master to come home, a little sad. Attacked by the other robots. They hurt. They escape the workshop. I'm breaking down. I need to fix it before people return, because if I'm pretty, I'll be loved. Fairy lights broke. Looking for more of them. Again, attacked by other robots. And they call me a fragmentum creature, not a machine. Why? Attacked again by the other robots. I'm almost dead. I'm not a machine. I don't understand. What am I? I'm confused. Still get attacks by others like me. It's getting more frequent. My core is starting to make weird noises. I need to be repaired. Oh, so his parts got weathered. He probably put himself in a different shell to try and fix himself to be more beautiful, but the core can't work with it well, as we saw. And so, he's starting to have all these errors. Core is making more and more noises. What am I? I don't understand what's going on. I need to find more repair parts. I need to collect parts. The core is getting worse. I need to be repaired. What am I? What am I? Am I? My parts are breaking down. Gibberish records fill the rest of the document. There's no longer any need to continue reading.
Pascal. So that's what happened. Let me think. How about we go over Pascal's whole story again, from the start?
His backup power was activated after the incident in Rivertown, and awoke up to discover that Rivertown had been abandoned. He decided to collect parts, repair the town, and wait for everyone to return. Around that time, Pascal became sentient. You recapitulate your thoughts to Clara.
So, Pascal used to be a robot guardian of Rivertown. Pascal's backup power was activated for some reason shortly after the residents were evacuated. It woke up to discover that the whole place had been abandoned. So, it decided to collect parts, repair the town, and wait for everyone to return. However, for some reason, Pascal keeps getting attacked by his fellow robots because the automatons think he's a fragmentum creature.
I was saying possession.
I'm not sure, but I suspect Pascal's tormented sense of self stems from him being constantly attacked by his fellow robots. The module used to detect emotions was frequently damaged, eventually turning him into a small robot that did nothing but collect parts. I don't know. I can't find the answer in Pascal's diary. Pascal, why do your peers keep rejecting you?
Big brother, Clara, tour, enjoyable, is it? Pascal, collect parts, ready, continue. Or, wait, instruction, next.
Pascal's consciousness does not appear to have returned to the level shown in the diary.
Big brother, Clara, Rivet Town, resident, Pascal, protect everybody.
I see. Thank you so much, Pascal. You can stop gathering parts for the time being. Just stay here and wait for us to return and give you your next orders, alright?
Wait, why can't he come back with us to the base camp? He'll be lonely.
Pascal, affirmative. Be good. Wait.
Let's go back to Mr. Svarog and talk about what to do next.
I would take him with us. He's obviously not hostile now. And I don't want to leave him here. What if he gets attacked? And we come back and he's no longer here. Like, he'll be broken. I am concerned for this robot. I've had this robot for 10 minutes and I would already fight all of the Fragmentum creatures in Rivet Town for him.
So, that's what happened, Mr. Svarog. But there's one thing I don't understand. Why is Pascal being treated as a
yawn.
Fragmentum creature?
This robot has been repairing itself using Fragmentum-contaminated components for an extended period of time. Therefore, automatons connected to the base network recognize it as a Fragmentum creature. This is a minor issue that can be resolved by replacing components. Do not worry.
I see. Has Mr. Svarog ever witnessed a similar incident anywhere in the network?
No. Network-connected automatons regularly clear out muddled information in their core modules. The likelihood of a robot gaining sentience beyond control is approximately 0.12%. For those that aren't connected to the network, the chance climbs to 3.23%. Please keep in mind that these probabilities are only estimates. Over the past 700 years, this has never happened in the underworld. Improbable events that are easily disregarded frequently result in catastrophes. Given that automatons can still develop emotion modules using their own processing power, I have a backup plan in place.
Mr. Svarog always takes all factors into account and handles problems logically. I can't do that myself yet. So, what should we do with Pascal?
It is recommended that Pascal's data be formatted and integrated into the base network. I will maintain the robot's core module and repair its hardware once it has been integrated into the base network.
Will this delete his sentience, though?
There is a greater than 97.2% chance that this robot will return to normal after the bad sectors and muddled information are removed. However, once the formatting is complete, the robot's emotional intelligence will vanish.
Is there no other option?
This option minimizes both internal and external losses. Although Clara's account indicates that the robot is relatively stable, the assessment based on the computations shows that both the risk of Pascal crashing and the amount of muddled information are increasing when it approaches 100%.
I understand, but I don't think I'm ready to give up on Pascal just yet. We've helped Pascal find compatible hardware. If we can eliminate the muddled information without damaging the sectors linked to his emotional intelligence?
Ugh, yawn.
You know the chances of that are incredibly low, Clara. There's only one way to completely remove muddled information: overwriting. When the muddled information is removed, the base network will create a comprehensive backup and overwrite the data stored in the corresponding sector.
Maybe there's another way. We can install a lock in Pascal's core, clear the redundant data, and locate the core sectors that are still intact. Then we can install a new suite of operational programs.
I'm just gonna keep yawning, I'm sorry.
This suite of programs can regulate Pascal's behavior and prevent him from hurting people. With this method, we might be able to retain as much of Pascal's emotional intelligence as possible while keeping him out of trouble. If we can keep Pascal's emotional intelligence, I might be able to teach him to treat people with kindness. What do you think, Mr. Svarog?
This procedure is theoretically viable, but there are risks. It will not eliminate the muddled information. Additionally, the newly installed programs may be later contaminated by it. In other words, because we cannot monitor the robot outside of the network, this approach can only guarantee Pascal's stability for a brief period of time. The probability of the robot crashing again is around.
And if that happens, I'll do it again. And if it happens again, I'll go through the exact same steps. I'll guide him and fix him. No matter how many times it happens, I'll be there to help Pascal.
But he will forget about you, Clara. He will repeatedly forget you, as well as all the emotions and memories he has previously accumulated. His limited storage capacity will eventually become completely overwritten by infinite copies of muddled information in an everlasting cycle. Clara, the challenge will be tougher than you can possibly imagine. Are you sure this is the path you want to take? There, Clara. There's no need to rush to a conclusion. The variable in Belobog's fate is still here. Perhaps he can suggest the best solution.
Okay. I trust your judgment.
We trust your decision.
Both have provided their solutions. Svarog thinks that formatting Pascal's data and integrating him into the base's network is necessary. But doing so will deprive Pascal of his special emotional intelligence, although it may sound cruel. This approach best prevents Pascal from posing a threat. Clara thinks she can use programming to control Pascal's behavior and to prevent him from causing harm while keeping his emotional intelligence intact. However, this doesn't address the root of the issue, and it also requires Clara to devote much time and effort to Pascal.
Alright. See, as shown by like a variety of other situational choices we've had to make on things that have sentience and whether you should restrict them or not. Like with the transforming metamorph that was on the Hertz space station, and then stuff like that. It's just I get that Clara wants to help keep the robot sentient, and that's important. And the robot is, from what we've seen, it's both very intelligent because it's able to do complicated tasks from its robot programming, but its like emotional intelligence is very childlike. And she essentially is going to put a lock that's going to prevent his emotions from getting bad. So I feel like she is also restricting him. Like he cannot be fully sentient. Because of the fact that she is going to essentially have to put a cap on the emotions he can feel. And then also, this is a lot of emotional labor that Clara is going to have to put in over time, and at least from what I understand, from what Svarog said, is eventually, due to how the cycle of information she's going to put into the robot, eventually its storage capacity will fill up with these copies, and then she can't make any more copies, and it will eventually have to be put down. So, like, is the time where it can only have restricted emotions in the short term worth the amount of emotional labor that she's going to have to put into it? Like, can you do that? This can get really deep into, like, talking about... I'm not gonna go there, actually. We're just gonna... You all can guess how, like, this can get, like... This can be translated into real life. And so... And that's also the thing, it's just, like, viewing it as, like, a robot gaining intelligence versus the versus it being like a human or like something else. Because like as a robot, my brain is like, well, I prioritize Clara's emotional capacity a lot more, and so she is going to be very hurt by the fact that this robot's gonna forget her constantly, and she's gonna have to put in a lot of physical labor for it and whatnot. And eventually the robot's gonna need to be put down anyway. But Clara has also, like, stated that this is what she wants to do. Like, she started this, she states she's willing to put in all of the labor for it. It's actually a tough decision. And it's not like the other robot that we had to deal with that had, like, AI who specifically wanted to be put out of its misery. This robot doesn't understand its own being, and apparently when it got full of data the last time is when it had its, like, malfunction and started harming people. I feel like this is more Clara's choice than it should be mine. I can see where Svarog is coming from, but I feel like Clara's already made her decision. And outside of just the interactivity they want there to be in the game for us to make the decision, if Svarog in real life was like, Trailblazer, you can make the decision, it's essentially like, if two of the adults she trusts tell her that she needs to put the robot down, she might be less mad. Seems more like a parenting move kind of thing. But I guess no, like, if Clara wants to take care of this robot, even though, but then again, Clara's a child and she doesn't know exactly how much emotional labor is going to be going into taking care of this robot. Also, from the robot's perspective, is like, it's waiting for everybody to come back. The residents are not ever going to come back, and so it's going to be needed to be isolated to a degree, just in case when it malfunctions it doesn't harm anyone. And so it's going to be by itself. Oh, and it's always going to be attacked by other robots. But then again, that can be fixed. Svarog said if we, like, take out the fragmentum components, then it can be fixed. I would say respect Clara's decision, because she's gonna be the one taking care of it. And Clara wants to take care of it, so we'll keep it alive.
Although Clara will use Pascal's emotional intelligence to help guide him in the right direction, Pascal could still go out of control in the future. In addition, Pascal has a history of stealing, even though he never caused any harm to anyone. This is also a major concern. What is most important here? I need to think carefully and choose one solution. Then persuade the other person.
I'm assuming that I need to click on Svarog if I'm going to be on Clara's side.
Clara proposed that you should choose outsider. I respect her wish. Have you made a decision about how to handle Pascal? I had anticipated this possibility. Tell me what you think. I understand. You believe that Pascal's emotional intelligence, derived from his own computational power, is no different from mine. I am currently still unable to conduct a thorough analysis of human empathy. However, I recognize the importance of respecting such emotions. Clara believes in you as a variable. Either way, your input will be taken into account. I'll keep gathering information and calculating new possibilities. Do you have any other insights, Outsider? Clara's determination. This entry contains information that is difficult to quantify and may cause computational difficulties. Nonetheless, real experience has demonstrated that Clara's determination can often overcome all challenges. To ensure that Clara grows up well, I've always avoided overburdening her. But if Clara insists on taking on such responsibilities, then I have no right to object. There's no need to discuss this any further. If you insist on using Clara's solution, the Svarog base network will completely support you.
My choice will have a direct impact on the outcome. I should mull it over.
If the robot can develop its own sentience, and wants to remain that way, and Clara wants to take care of it, like Svarog said, we don't have the right to tell her no to that. We can only support her in her decision.
Pascal, good. Waiting. Waiting. Further instructions.
Now, please be a good boy and don't move. Pascal, we've got Mr. Svarog to help treat your illness. He'll help you recover.
Illness? What is illness? But Pascal, not move, recover, health.
Mr. Svarog, let's get started.
Understood. The protective programs are ready for installation.
I hope I made the right decision. Is it done?
The programs were successfully installed. The robot will require offline maintenance and will be unable to communicate for some time. We can return to it later.
I see. In that case, let's go back to the base.
I think it's over. I'll check in with Clara later to see what's up.
Clara has become a visitor to the Express. Since it said that we're gonna get another one, we'll probably get a part 3 to that then. Complete the companion mission, Rarely Affectionate. Alright, so if you all remember, for this one, it was a while ago, Serval would like to leave Belobog. She has made that decision that she's gonna leave.
We should get some rest.
And I instantly got a text message from Clara. She made the decision that she was gonna leave and was starting to pack up. And her brother, Gepard, who's the character I'm playing as, told her that they need her assistance in like one last thing before she leaves. And most likely, my best guess is whatever this thing is gonna convince her to stay. It's usually how storylines like that go. Clara. Big brother, are you free now? I want to talk about Pascal. Okay, what do you want to talk about? Actually, I thought a lot about it. I just don't understand. What is Pascal? Other robots think Pascal is a fragmentum creation. Mr. Svarog thinks Pascal is a normal robot. Pascal doesn't even know what it is itself. I think Pascal could even be a human. Big brother, what do you think? I think it's a robot in the same way Svarog is a robot. You think so, big brother? Pascal does look like a regular robot, but fragmentation creature, robot, or human, what's the difference between these? Some fragmentum creatures can speak and behave like humans, while Mr. Svarog looks like a robot, but he can also speak, think, and even express emotions like this. So how do we tell what is us and what is them? Only humans have the ability to identify, empathize with other types of creatures. So that's how it is. So maybe Pascal and Mr. Svarog, maybe they're all living, breathing humans too. I don't feel so lost anymore. Thank you, Big Brother. Oh, her emojis are always so cute. Oh, maybe we won't get like a full companion mission. It'll just be that text. Oh, they're down in the underground train area. Okay, I was like, where is this? The cable car. Yep.
You're here. Thanks again for agreeing to this. Don't be. I only just arrived myself. The highest priority for today is establishing good negotiations with the Chief of Wildfire. I'm about to get that process underway. Serval was a little delayed on the way over, but that doesn't affect our schedule. Let's set off.
Hold up, I wasn't that late.
Negotiations will be held in the Boulder Town Clinic. Serval and I are newcomers, so you'll have to lead the way.
Huh.
The underworld isn't exactly how I remember it.
Feels like we're not getting many friendly looks, huh?
Well, considering that these people were essentially abandoned by the government for many, many years, I wouldn't expect to be looked at kindly.
Well, well, well. I don't think our little clinic has ever played host to an occasion like this.
We meet again, Mr. Oleg.
Oleg will do, son. Oh, you. You probably won't know. Our young Silvermane friend here and I had the pleasure of speaking to each other at a certain Guardian succession ceremony. We're not complete strangers. But as for this young lady...
The name's Serval. I'm, an ex-engineer from the technology division, and Japard's sister? Pleasure to meet you, Chief.
Likewise, miss. The more the merrier. And it's good to have you here again. It bothered me and Natasha that we never arranged a formal welcome for you. Once we're done talking, you must all join us for a meal.
We'd be honored. But to your point, Oleg, let's finish our discussions first.
Quite right. Let's head inside. Too much commotion out here.
Wonder if we'll get to see Zila. So is Natasha not hiding the fact that she is the wildfire organization head now?
Huh. So she's your sister. The Landau family is full of talented young people, I see.
You're worried that Underworlders might still hold a grudge against the Silvermane Guards. So you want to show your solidarity with the Trailblazers to build some trust. Seems like a sound strategy to me.
Shouldn't this be Wildfire right here? Because Trailblazers is with like the Express crew.
Rebuilding trust between the two worlds has always been a priority for Lady Bronya. People here must have felt abandoned by the guards after the passage was sealed off. If we were to simply take over the underworld in the name of the Supreme Guardian, I can only imagine how people would react.
Seems like you have a good handle on the situation. I see now why you made captain at such a young age.
So, you're also saying the guards want to work with Wildfire and use our reputation to win back people's support, correct?
Oh, no, he did mean he's using me as like a, hey, I'm friends with the guy that you all know is like pretty trustworthy, so you should also trust me. Capard. I don't know how I feel about being used like this.
I wouldn't use those exact words, but that is more or less what we want to achieve.
If that's the case, I've got a question for you. Since this offer comes from those who left us to our fate for more than a decade, how would you react if Wildfire refused? Would you use force?
She's not trying to be diplomatic about it, is she?
Fight! Fight! No.
Who is she, anyway?
The barrier between the surface and the underground was the product of the former Supreme Guardian's misjudgment and the policies that resulted from it. The people of Belobog should have stood together, but instead, we were made to blame and hate one another. Lady Bronya wants Belobog to heal, so the Silvermane Guards need to regain the people's trust. But we won't achieve that by kicking doors open and policing everyone around. As a grassroots organization, Wildfire did an extraordinary job maintaining order for over a decade in the absence of the guards. I can only imagine how much work you put in to protect the underworld. I can assure you that the guards are not here to seize power. If it takes time for the people to trust us, so be it. We're willing to take small measures and serve as an auxiliary force to Wildfire to help maintain peace. I hope you can see that everything we do to rebuild trust and make Belobog work for all.
I swear, he never used to be this emotionally intelligent.
That's an answer I can accept. Oleg, what do you think?
I think there's no need for the guessing game to continue. It's obvious we share the same goal. With the help of Bronya, Serval, and Japard, we're one step closer to rebuilding a united Belobog.
I agree. Tell Bronya that Wildfire will work with the Silvermane Guards on security matters. However, things aren't simple down here. Please also tell her to draw up plans in case the situation demands...
Monsters! Monsters from the Fragmentum! They're swarming toward the town!
Not good. Stay here, Natasha. The patients need you. The soldiers and I will handle this.
Understood. We'll be counting on you.
Everyone rushed outside. I should probably see what's happening.
I'm like, why didn't you rush with them?
Please, help my friends! The monsters invaded the mine. Please, you have to save my friends. Otherwise, those things would tear them apart.
Don't worry. The Silvermane Guards are trained for these situations. Where do we find them?
The Great Mine! The one with the big ore vein!
Understood. I'll send my men to set up a perimeter and start the rescue operation right away. Mr. Oleg, please entrust the Silvermane Guards with the rescue. The defense of Boulder Town will need Wildfire's expertise. Watch out for ambushes, and be ready to receive wounded soldiers.
You're a natural-born commander. Understood. Leave it to me, son. Your troops will be unfamiliar with the layout of the mine. I'll send some of my men to be your guides.
Thank you. In the name of the preservation, I promise we'll do everything we can to save lives. I'll go on ahead and lead the troops to the mine. Catch up to us when you can.
Oh.
I couldn't get a word in while they were talking. Duty-bound soldier and a resistance leader. It's hard to be rock and roll in front of people like that. You know, maybe I need to put my inner struggles in a broader context. My own way? I don't even remember what kind of life I want. It's just... I see people fighting for their lives, and here I am thinking about how to escape. I feel guilty about that.
Alright, so this also is a complicated, like, world thing, because, like, on one hand, yes, it is important for, like, people to stand up, to fight against whatever it is that's the difficulty, but it's also true that you should take care of yourself and make sure that you can do the best option that there is for you and the people around you. And sometimes that is just leaving the situation as a whole and trying to escape. Now, not everybody's going to agree with your decision, so you also have to deal with the repercussions if from those who would consider that a cowardly maneuver, but it's just something that you have to make on a personal decision, and you can't be guilty from it. It's perfectly understandable.
Wait a minute. Was that Japard's plan all along? Use guilt to make me stay?
He's gotten slyer in his older age.
That's true. Anyway, since he asked for help, it's time to give those monsters a shock. You know the way to the Great Mine, right? Let's catch up with Japard when you're ready. That's all you needed to say. Let's go.
Oh, it's a little mini dungeon. Okay. Gepard.
Put
Our
all
favorite
artillery units
boy.
on standby. Wait for my command to bombard enemy positions and cover our infantry advance. We have a choke point here. Tell all infantry units to switch to double line formation. Close quarters in front, gunners behind. Remember, get the wounded out as soon as possible, and always secure your flanks before advancing.
Yes, sir.
Ah, you're here. Get ready. We need to help the infantry lines drive deep into the mine. The back of the mine has been secured, which gives us a forward base to send in supplies. The Silvermane Wildfire Combined Regiment is conducting rescue missions as they advance. The battle is fierce. I need to get to the front line. I'll leave the command post to my officers.
I don't know much about warfare, but I don't see why a commander needs to lead the charge. The situation here is totally different from the restricted zone. Japard, let me and him clear the way for you. You should stay in your command post.
Thanks, Serval. But please trust my judgment on this. I made a promise to Mr. Oleg to save as many people as possible. I have to see to it myself.
There's no stopping you once you've made up your mind. Fine. We'll do it your way.
Let's move out. We need to clear a way for Wildfire and the guards. All civilians, please go to the bridge immediately. The Silvermane Guard...
There's a monster heading this way. What should we do, Japard?
Bring it down. We need
Man, they were going so fast. And I did not wait for Gepard to finish speaking. He was essentially like, let the Silvermane guards handle it.
Never falters.
made it easy for us, but we can't let our guards down. It's safe here. Let's move on.
Japard, look. The miners have put up a makeshift defensive line.
Are you the Silvermane Guard?
That's right. We're evacuating the miners together with Wildfire. Are there any other civilians up ahead?
The Silvermane Guards and Wildfire are working together now? Oh, civilians. I saw a girl run out from our defensive position just now. My brother went after her, but they haven't come back.
Understood. I'll bring them back. The guards and Wildfire have set up defenses on the bridge. You should head over.
Thank you. Please, bring them back to safety.
Oh no! Monsters are coming this way!
Leave the battle to us. You need to fall back.
Okay. Thank you for saving us.
It's like it's a mini boss too.
Was that it?
It'll heal.
So one thing to remind you all is I do have a new day job, starting next week of this live stream. So I'm not quite sure what my hours are gonna be yet. Because I think the day job's hours will be a little variable. But as soon as I know the schedule, I will change it on my Twitch. And change it on my YouTube videos, so that you all can see it pretty easily. I know I will most likely still have the Sunday stream like today, but I don't know if we'll go back to only doing 2 streams a week or if we'll keep the 3 stream schedule. But if I do 2 streams during the weekdays, they'll probably be much later in the day. So we'll have to see. But I am excited. Hopefully, this job will be better. The benefits seem like they're better than my last one, so hopefully, my coworkers and the management will be pretty nice. We'll have to see. But we can hope, right?
Let's keep searching for the missing girl and the miner.
Probably where.
Is it me or is it cold here?
Probably the mini boss over here, right? If I don't have to fight the mini boss, I'm not going to fight the mini boss.
They're in danger. Let's go.
I was like, oh, mini boss. Nope, not that one.
Rules are made to be broken. A will forged in ice never
falters. I don't know, I just really like his like shorthand ult statement. It's always fun.
It'll heal. Here, there's thunder.
But yeah, the biggest thing that'll be fun is pretty much the minute I stopped having my last day job, my schedule went back to me not going to sleep until like 2 in the morning, which is not conducive to having a good sleep schedule. And so I looked up like the times that I would need to go to bed to wake up when I want to, and which is going to be about 6:30 in the morning. And it's
made to be broken.
Definitely gonna have to get used to that. A good like little feature you can do, like if you know what time you need to wake up in the morning, there's a website called Sleepy Time, but there's a period between the I and the M in time, and if you can put in when you're gonna go to sleep in the like when you need to wake up, it'll tell you when you should go to sleep to get like different sleep levels. It's like 9 hours, 7.5 hours, I think 5 hours, and then like 4 hours or something to like get the best sleep. Like that kind of thing. So I usually like to use it so that I can kind of get a guess on when I should go to sleep.
You two, it's too dangerous here. Find the Silvermane guards and Wildfire at the bridge. They'll protect you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Zeno, take my hand. Let's get out of here. It's so cold here. I'm scared.
The monsters have gotten stronger somehow. I don't remember them being this difficult.
Thank goodness we got here in time. If we'd arrived any later...
And that's one brave little girl. You were like that at her age too.
Huh? I wouldn't go that far. I only had Dad to deal with. He could be fierce, but nothing like the monsters here. Besides, my problem with him wasn't that he was a strict father. I just couldn't believe that he never lifted a finger to oppose Cocolia's order to seal the passageway. Vowing to protect the Underworlders in one breath, and then deciding they deserve to be abandoned in the next? Family code of conduct. What a joke.
Father was a soldier. He wasn't supposed to question the orders from his superiors. Never mind. I know I sound like I'm defending him, and I don't want to make you angry. At least now we've got the chance to right the wrongs.
I'm angry just thinking about it. Looking back, I'm glad I left home early.
Running away doesn't solve the problem. It's been ages since you two had those fights, but you still can't let it go. You need to walk out of his shadow.
Okay, but like, the implication I got from the 4-star light cone that I was using on Gapar before I bought his 5-star was it seemed like they were being abused in some format by their parents. And this almost seems like a common setup that I see in a lot of abuse stories, is like the older sibling knows what the parents have been like and had a longer time with them, in a certain, like, when they were like at, like, had an older time with them, and so they're less likely to be willing to forgive their parents in those situations, while the children that were being protected by their older siblings aren't as like harshly traumatized, and so they're more likely to if the abuser seems like they're turning over a new leaf, or at least pretending that they're not that way, that they're more likely to be willing to forgive them. And so this situation seems very similar.
I'm not trying to change your mind. I just want to know that your choice to leave this planet is a result of having thought things through. Not because you're trying to run away from something.
My choice.
Sorry. I sound like Dad.
Don't worry about it. I get what you're trying to say. I do. It's just... I need some time. Let's focus on the business at hand. That miner we met said his brother came this way. We should look around.
Okay. Be careful, though. I sense a drop in temperature. Something's not right. It could mean something we haven't encountered before is waiting for us. Stay on your toes.
Yeah, let's see if I can... I can bring it up in the dungeon. Should be one of the ones that I evolved quite a bit. Here it is. Yeah, so like here, this is what made me think that, because we don't know who the Yeller is, but a lot of people were thinking that this bit here was one of their parents. Are you who we are missing?
These monsters are tough. I need to find those kids.
Hey, did you just scare off a Fragmentum monster?
Kind of. There was one on its own. I managed to chase it away. Speaking of which, you came from that direction, right? To see two little kids, a girl and her brother? Ah, thank goodness. I chased the monster too far and lost him.
They'll be okay now. You should head back to the bridge too. The guards in Wildfire have set up a safe zone there.
Ah, thank you. All of you. I'm just glad they're okay. I can finally retreat as well. I heard there's a powerful monster down the road, some kind of leader of the pack. I'd take caution.
Thanks for the intel. We'll be careful. I think he was right about the monster. You two, no sudden moves.
Oh, it's one of these, the women.
I've seen this type of monster a few times near the restricted zone. Ready? Here we go.
Trying not to, like, cut him off this time.
Don't get too close. Something's not right.
Huh? What is it?
These monsters are usually eager to fight. You're guaranteed a fierce battle if you see one in the Fragmentum. This one doesn't seem concerned about us. This could be a trap. I'm not sure either. I just have a feeling that something's different.
The air... it's so cold.
Stellaron promises Serval.
Remnants of Cocolia?
Did it just talk?
Steady. Get ready to counter its attack.
Can Japard not hear that?
Japard. Serval. Londo.
Oh, Londo?
Did it just say Japard and Serval?
That noise! Do fragmentum monsters usually sound like this?
Talking? I just hear white noise. Wait, you understand it?
Our names? What's happening here?
I heard rumors about this kind of monster. Shadows in the fragmentum that assume human form are echoes of the will of past guardians. If the rumors are true, could it be?
Hey, I was right, Cocolia.
Cocolia. You just won't stop haunting me.
Man, they're like, not only are we going to fridge Serval's wife, we're also gonna make her suffer about it.
I try everything to put the past behind me, and yet you always manage to creep up again. Cocolia, you witch! You terminated my research and ruined my life. What else do you want to take away from me?
We've moved past from star-crossed lovers that met a bad, like, right person, wrong time to divorced wives who are very bitter about it.
Calm down, Serval. It's just a fragmentum illusion.
All that time we spent together, was any of it real? It was so easy for you to just leave this world behind. Don't you at least owe me an explanation?
Serval!
Londo, stand down. There is no place for you. The promised new world.
Sister, I know you want Madame Cocolia to respond, but this thing in front of us is our enemy. It was born out of the evil gathered in the fragmentum. You won't get answers from it. Fight with us, sister. Let's dispel the shadow of the past once and for all. Of course, if you're not yet able to confront the past, then he and I will fight for you. Until your heart is ready.
You too. I'm sorry, brother. I always make you worry when things get serious, but I see what you're doing. Reverse psychology, huh?
Oh my gosh, he's a little sly and like everybody always makes him almost like kind of just dumb golden retriever when they talk about him, but he's a little sly, you know? He can't be the commander for no reason.
Well, seeing as we've come this far, Cocolia, let's settle this bad blood right here, right now.
I'm trying to think of what animal, because a lot of people go for just like the standard, like I said, golden retriever, but he's not quite as crafty as a fox. That's definitely more Sampo's thing. So maybe more of a wolf, or if we still wanted to go on the like...
Forged in ice.
I was about to say a husky, but huskies are actually very dumb sometimes. But maybe more of a wolf.
Show no mercy. Here, this thunder. The dead return. Conflict is pitiless.
We made her lose out of 9 stacks, 7 of them. Not too bad.
Just a stretch. Here, It's thunder.
Oh, also, everyone, I didn't learn about this until literally the day they dropped, but apparently Santa Cruz and Pokemon did a collab for skateboards, and they were blind bag skateboards, though. And so I didn't learn about them until drop day, and so obviously they were already sold out, but at my local mall, the mall did like a raffle event, because they knew they'd get sold out super fast, and they did a raffle event so that because people were like buying them in droves, right? So that some people would still get the attempt even at a later date to try and get one of them. Unfortunately, I did not win the raffle. So I'm just really curious though if anyone in the comments or whatnot was able to get any of those skateboards, or if they later bought them when they were reselling them, because a lot of people bought them just to resell them later at a higher price. Currently, the last I checked on eBay was like $300-$500 for unopened blind bags reselling, and then for people who had opened them, the golden limited ones I was seeing were going for like $3,000-$5,000 resale, while then the normal ones were going somewhere between like $500 to $1,000. So just curious if anyone was able to get any of those, because they were cool looking.
Why do you always have to stand in my way?
The temperature is returning to normal. The monsters are retreating. I think it's safe to say that the shadow of Madame Cocolia was the reason for this invasion. The other anomalies we experienced were probably also a direct result. Whatever the case, we've managed to avert a crisis. Are you okay? Indeed it was. We're lucky to have an experienced fighter like you who can adapt to different enemies. It would have taken us much longer to fight off the shadow without you. Serval, how are you feeling?
See, I translated for them at the beginning, but they said that they can't understand it, so I would kind of just refuse to tell her anything else that the shadow said, honestly.
I feel like something heavy has finally been lifted. All that noise before it perished. Did you catch what it said?
Oh no, I just said I would not tell her what it said, but now I can lie. Should I lie and give her comfort? Should I tell, like, I'm usually a proponent of telling the truth, though. But this would be comforting, and then this would just be like, I don't want to tell you. I'm such a proponent of telling the truth, though, because for all we know, this might happen again, right? So, I don't want to give her false hope.
I see. You really made no effort to correct your mistakes, Cocolia. Anyway, it doesn't matter anymore. From here on out, I'm over that woman.
Uh-huh.
I can tell you mean it this time. I'm happy for you, Serval. It's not easy to truly put the past behind you. Looks like we accomplished our mission. I need to get back to the guards in Wildfire to wrap things up. You two should head over to Natasha's place and check in on the wounded.
Sure. Come find us later at the clinic. Let's leave Japar to his business and head back to town.
But can't we take him with us? He's my favorite, you know? It's Like, on one hand, I wanted to lie to kind of give that closure so that she could look at Cocolia, like, look at her memories back with Cocolia in fondness. But, like, we don't know if that's gonna happen again, where a remnant of Cocolia's memory is still in the Fragmentum, just like the Lost Souls. And so I don't want to give her false hope at the same time.
Well, are you hurt? Let me take... I see. Thanks for bringing me up to speed. The clinic has been busy while you were gone. We've treated many people, soldiers and civilians alike. All in all, I owe everyone a big thank you. It would have been much harder if Wildfire had operated alone. Thanks to Captain Japard, we managed to keep our losses to a minimum. I'm sure people will begin to appreciate the Silvermane Guards after this battle. How could I forget about you two? We couldn't have done it without your help.
You're too kind. They deserve the real credit. I doubt I'd have come back in one piece without them.
Sounds like you went through a lot of danger. Are you hurt, Miss Serval? I can have a look if you like.
I'm alright, don't worry. Everything worked out eventually.
Huh.
Let's wait for the rest of them to get back.
Miss Natasha, we've returned.
Is that Japard?
Japard returned and reported to Natasha what happened on the front line.
Mr. Oleg has a pretty good handle on what's needed in the mine. He's arranging for rescue teams and supplies to be sent over. He won't be back for a while.
Looks like you guys have the situation under control. Thank you. I'd love to sit down and chat with all of you, but I still have a backlog of patients to see. Oh, there was a girl and her brother who said you saved their lives. You might want to check on them and see how they're doing.
Natasha's right. We should make sure those children are all right.
Come on, drink it up and you'll feel better.
But there's smoke coming out of it.
It's you. You saved us from the monsters in the mine. You guys are Silvermane Guards from the overworld, right? If you hadn't been there, we would have... I'll think of a way to repay you. I'll get a job and... Thanks. We can manage our daily expenses.
Mom and Dad went somewhere far away a long time ago. Haven't come back yet.
They'll come back one day, Zeno.
So, you're looking after your brother on your own? That must be hard.
Not really. It's my responsibility as a sister. I'm just worried that with all these monster invasions, maybe one day I won't. My brother is too young to survive in the underworld. To think he might have to live on his own.
The misjudgment of the former Supreme Guardian isolated the underworld for more than a decade. With that isolation came tragedy, but under Lady Bronya's leadership, the Silvermane Guards will atone for past mistakes and bring relief to the people. From now on, you don't need to worry about the safety of your family.
Captain Japard.
Taking care of yourself is hard enough under these circumstances, let alone if you have a brother to look after. I know it can't have been easy. Zeno, right?
Yes, Mr. Captain.
You're still young, so you need to stay under your sister's wing. But when you grow up, remember to use what you've learned to protect her. Be there when she needs you, and listen to her when she feels vulnerable. She'll do the same for you.
Okay, sir. I'll protect my sister when I grow up.
Thank you, Captain Japard. Zeno and I will remember your words.
You know, I'm pretty good at turning a happy reunion into a tear fest. Let's call it a day and give them some room. If you're not too tired, Japard, can I talk to you for a moment?
My man is a master of talking to two different people at the same time.
What you said back there, did you really mean it?
Of course I did. And it wasn't some last-minute speech I cobbled together. It's how I always felt. We can't always face problems alone and build walls to keep people out. We need to learn to rely on others. Especially those we care about the most.
I know what you're up to, Jeppy.
Huh? What do you mean?
You made it sound like you were talking to those kids. But you were talking to me. Who's building that wall now?
Well, a Landau just called out a Landau.
Japard. I changed my mind. Change of plan. I've decided to stay in Belobog.
Serval, I just want you to know that I would have supported your decision, no matter what you chose. I wasn't trying to force you to stay.
I know that, Japard. Don't worry. I've thought this one through for a change. What you said was the last piece of the puzzle for me. I suddenly realized that my decision to leave was just me trying to run away from my problems. It wasn't a mature decision. I've always found it hard to handle complex relationships. Be it Cocolia or my family. The first thought I have when things don't work out is to run away. Starting from today, that's no longer the case.
Yawn.
After all, I'm not doing this on my own, right?
Right.
If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have had any idea about the hardships people were going through in the underworld. It made me feel like maybe I could help a little and make Belobog a better place. I have one last thing that I might need your help with. I want to see the Stellaron. I want to see the place where Cocolia sacrificed herself.
Say no more. We'll go with you.
Oh, but before that, I need to go back to the workshop and get something. Why don't you head north first and we'll catch up with you? It's all right. I've got Japard with me. We'll be safe. See you in a bit.
I bet it's gonna be the guitar that they made together. Oh. This game really likes seeing me cry. Not quite crying yet this time, but it's a close thing. Also, since she said sacrifice herself, I'm guessing I can't quite remember what choice we made, but I'm pretty sure we chose to keep the secret that Cocolia was, you know, didn't sacrifice herself.
It's cold here. Is this the Stellaron imprisonment device? They had such advanced technology back in the day. Impressive.
This is where Madame Cocolia died.
She gave something back in death. I wanted to come here to perform for Cocolia. To say goodbye. I'm glad you guys are here to witness it. Not the nicest spot for a show. And the equipment could be better. Sorry about that.
The stage is yours, sister.
Get out the tambourine.
Look at me, Cocolia. Don't you dare look away, because I
Is this
will
about to be
no
a
longer live in your shadow.
Oh, it is the guitar. Okay. I was about to be like, is this copyrighted music that I'm gonna need to talk over?
Happy?
Happy. I just wish I could have seen the look on her face. Shame. from me. Thanks for sticking by my side throughout all of this. As for tonight, let's go to old Gerda's place and have a big feast to celebrate.
So, you're getting the tab?
Serval has become a visitor to the Express. You might come across Serval when you return to the Express. Oh, we also get Gepard, my boy. Serval's Faithful, an autobiography. What's this one? Just completing the mission? Okay. There's no remnant of the guitar for me to inspect or anything. Okay, so for once, we're not right in the middle of something when it's getting close to time for me to call. But I would like to pick up Luca's companion mission just so I have it in my folder. So we will at least start Luca's companion mission up to the point that it's in my folder. And then next time, whenever I can get our next stream done, we will start with Luca's companion mission. So I will be honest, I am a little sick of the CN show because we've been on it for so long. So I am excited to be back in Belobog.
Aren't you going to watch the fight, Zila? He's defending his championship title.
Ugh, nah, I'll pass. It's not like anyone else has a chance with him around.
You're right about that. I get it if you don't want to join in the fun. It's all the same after a while. Ah, what a rare moment of rest. Maybe I should find a spot to stretch my legs a bit too.
Zila and Oleg. I wonder what they're talking about. I'll go ask them.
Hey, isn't that the Trailblazer? It's been a while since I've seen you around. How you doing?
Hey, how have your travels been? Thanks to you, things are pretty peaceful around here. The Chief and I are getting restless.
Silly girl. Just a few days of hard-earned rest and you're already making it sound like jail time.
Homie? Oh, sheesh. You must have gone through a lot since leaving here.
Sounds like our rustic and friendly community left a good impression on the visitors. Oh, you heard us. We were talking about my student Luca. You probably met him before, right? Yep, it's that boy with the mechanical arm. He was also doing work for Wildfire before, just not in this town. Oh, right. He hasn't seen Luca defend his championship title before, right? Zila, why don't you take our hero and swing by the Fight Club to show him the match? What? You don't want to?
No, it's just... I'm worried Luca might do something stupid again.
Oh, I remember now. Luca was defending his title once, and Zila was watching in the audience. The opponent for that fight was too weak. They went down with just a few punches. I don't know what got into Luca after that, but he said out loud that he wanted Zila to come up and fight him right there and then.
Why don't we stop there, Chief? I'd rather not relive the moment.
Okay, I'll stop. Anyway, that's what Luca's like. He forgets about himself once he's in the mood. But I trust Luca not to make the same mistake again. So, back to the original suggestion. Are you good to take him to the Fight Club, Zila?
Ugh, fine. I'll take you there.
That's more like it. The more friends, the merrier. I hope you can get along with my favorite student.
Why does Luca always come sneaking back into town like this? I haven't seen him for a while. Hope he's grown up a bit since then.
It's like, oh, we need a guide. It's literally right there. Alright, so now that we have this, which is Luca's companion mission. So we only have Luca's companion mission, Dan Hung's 5-star companion mission, and then of course we're waiting for that text message from Todd. I'm sure I'll get it tomorrow, so I'll hold off on it until the next time. And considering that we got 2 companion missions today, we might be able to finish off all of the content in our next video. And if we do so, that means we are probably going to switch to Genshin, unless, of course, because this is not the right menu to show you what I was thinking of. Unless with this going away and Fu Xuan being on our next banner, potentially they might also try and they might add like a little bit, like Fu Xuan's companion mission, and we're getting a new 4-star, so that we might have a companion mission for that 4-star as well. Lynx, I think, which will be the only 4-star that I currently don't have. Really debating on using up some of these, but it is a 1-to-1 ratio, I believe. And so this would only be enough for like 9 polls. I keep telling myself I'm not gonna invest these kind of things in, because the best money-wise, like when you're putting in real money into this game, the best you get out of it is the express ticket, and then the biggest one. But $100 is a lot to invest in a game in one sitting, versus like the $5 over time kind of thing. And then the other good one is, of course, the Nameless Glory. This thing, Nameless Honor, but only when you get it up to 50, like the max amount, and you can get all of this. Otherwise it's not worth it money-wise, at least in my opinion, from the analyses that I've seen and I've done myself. But I'm really tempted, because we are on 49 pity, so if I can swing another 10 pull, that'd put us at 59, and then with all the Onorilic, like with another one, I might be able to get him if he'd be willing to come home at like 69 pity. But I don't know if it's gonna happen. We'll have to see. I might not even be able to do the polls on stream, because he does only have less than 3 days left on his, so considering I might not stream in that time, I might have to do the polls off stream, but I'll definitely very excitedly show him to you all if I do somehow get him. Alright, so thank you all so much for watching. It is that time. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your weekend, or if it's the beginning of the work week for you, I hope that your Mondays are going well. Please get some good sleep, eat something well, because otherwise what's the point of living? And I hope that the rest of your September is great, and that your preparations for the spooky season or fall season are going well. Goodbye and farewell.